people of the World Wide Web. So as this video will come out, we are at the end of 2024. A movie year that I feel has been quite lackluster. Not many movies have really hit home as much as they did the previous year. Whether the writer's strike probably had a big impact on that, delay in movies and stuff like this. So as the title would say, this is kind of the movies I'm looking forward to in 2024. As anybody seen in the previous video, you know my local cinema is closed, but I still will get to see these movies at least. Hopefully if they're released. Obviously one of the ones I wanted to see this year, After King, was never released and I had to watch it on streaming, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, we shall get into it. So number 10. So number 10, it was meant to come out, I think, early January, is Mickey 17. I believe it's been pushed back to March or April. So this is the guy from Twilight and The Batman, Robert Pattinson. He is basically signing up to go to this space program, but where they clone him, and each one of his clones then does a job that people don't want to do. When they're killed, they kill the body and then clone a new version. It seems that when they get to Mickey 17, they seem to clone a second one, Mickey 18, and when there are more than one clones that can survive at the same time, you basically get rid of all of them, but loads of mishaps happen. It actually looks like a very interesting story, which it's something new and refreshing that I've not seen anything from. It may be from something and I'm just unaware. I believe it's from the director of Parasite. But yeah, it looks to be a fun movie. It looks to be a mishap movie, but still fun. So that is movie number 10. Movie number 9, Tron Ares. So this is the third in the Tron franchise that we've seen. I know they did like a animated TV series. I don't know if this is included. Obviously this is the follow-on from Legacy. Whether we get to see Finn return, and obviously Tron himself, or who's involved, I don't know. All I've seen that it's called Tron Ares. I mean, I do like the world that they created. Tron obviously was released on the year I was born. And I don't mind Legacy. It had good ideas. There were just a lot of things I don't think were executed. But I look forward to this new one. There's no trailer, I think, so we shall see what happens to that. So that is number 9. Number 8 is Flight Risk. This is Mark Wahlberg and Topher Grace, a fan of mine, on a plane. Mark Wahlberg basically disguises himself as the captain of this very tiny plane. It's a very like 3-seater one. Topher Grace is this victim or this witness. He's in witness protection with a sheriff, and as they're flying along, obviously it's discovered that the pilot isn't who he says he is. He's a hitman, and then chaos ensues. It actually looks like a fun movie. It's a very small, obviously from the trailer, it is net 3 people within a plane. So how this goes about and how they make that worthwhile, we shall see. CG looks all right. I say I like the actors and that, and it gives quite a lot away in the trailer. So I'm curious if there's more to come, or they've decided to go like a bit like Abigail and put it all out there first. We shall see. So that is number 8. Number 7, Bridget Jones's Diary 4. Yes, me and my wife do like these. I only recently watched them. I think last year I bought the box set and we watched them for Christmas. So I've never really sat down and watched them. I really enjoyed them. I quite like the rom-com or the classic rom-com, and obviously this is very British and stuff, and I'm a big fan of Hugh Grant. And I liked all the elements in the first 3. I feel a bit kind of sad they've killed off one of the characters. You know, the last one, Hugh Grant, and it was presumed missing, and now a new one, Hugh Grant's back, and obviously the other guy has died and he's older. But if it keeps in the kind of tone and that of the other ones, I think it'll be quite an enjoyable watch. Obviously the kids are quite old now, so find out all the other elements and how they work. And I mean, Hugh Grant is going definitely down a different acting route these days. I'm curious how much they let him kind of go with this role, or if he'll keep more within the previous versions of his character from 1 and 2. So yeah, so Bridget Jones' Diary, that is number 7. So number 6 is Now You See Me 3. So I'm a massive fan of 1 and 2. 1 was spectacular. 2 took a few liberties and stuff, but I still think it worked quite well. The Horsemen do have a good chemistry online. Daniel Radcliffe was all right coming back in. I feel, or I have heard, he is potentially linked to the new one. I can't, whether he's out of jail, still in jail, who knows? But I thought one was absolutely brilliant. Just very clever of how the Horsemen did their tricks and Mark Ruffalo and everything else. And I thought one was amazing. I say two was good. I'm curious. It's been quite a bit of time. Let's see if they can still capture that magic, so to speak, from that time ago. Then we get to number 5. So number 5 is Mortal Kombat 2. So I'm a big fan of the Mortal Kombats. I managed to see Mortal Kombat 2 in the cinema. It was very early. Because of my age, I wasn't old enough to see Mortal Kombat 1 when it was out. I managed to get to see Mortal Kombat 2, and I did enjoy it. I know it's not a great movie. When they brought the new one out, I went to see it in the movie. I quite enjoyed it. It spent a lot of time kind of building the world and like that. And for me, I'm like, building up to the tournament and stuff like this, I hope that the next one pushed that barrier. But they've taken their time, even though we've had the right strike in that, and we've not really seen anything of it. And I hope they do push that barrier even more, and it's even greater than what I'm expecting. Hopefully it doesn't flop, but we shall see. So that is number 5, Mortal Kombat. So number 4, we have Michael. So I'm a kid from the early 80s. My mum was a massive Michael Jackson fan and Jackson 5, and that's what I was brought up on. I have seen most of his stuff. Obviously, I have Moonwalker. I have the kind of documentary of his life and stuff near the end. Now, I'm not watching this to support what people assume went on behind the scenes. There's a lot of hearsay. A lot of stuff was set that call. We don't really know exactly what's gone on. I'm not linking it anyway list for me to support anything. I'm going because this is somebody that music was brought up by my mum, and I was brought it, and I like it, and I want to see how they kind of depict him. And that's the main reason for that. And because I have this connection is why it kind of sits a little further up within the kind of list of wanting to watch movies. So let me go to my top 3. So yes, top 3. So first off, number 3 is Avatar: Fire and Ice. So hopefully by December of 2025 we should have Avatar 3. Now I liked 1. I thought it was very beautiful. I thought the story was all right. For me, I really liked what they did with 2. I thought they definitely pushed the envelope, brought in water elements to make it look better. I know a lot of people didn't like it. It made over 2 billion. It's still done well. I know James Cameron's story behind it because I've watched, or not the whole story, but how he's linked it and how people are in. I really hope 3 does just as good. It will be definitely a beautiful watch. It will probably be a long watch. But I'm hoping on this journey of 5 movies of when we start to see the humans versus the Na'vi and just how big that battle is going to be, because 2 felt a bit big, but it was quite isolated. And obviously, what creature will we fall in love with this time outside of the Na'vi whale? So that has been number 3. Number 2 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, not Dead Reckoning Part 2. While they changed that is, I like the Mission Impossible movies. I really like the earlier ones. Ghost Recon and Ghost Protocol, and Fallout were all right. I weren't a massive fan of it. To be honest, watching the last one, I thought it was actually really, really good. It was like one of the better movies of that year. To be honest, looking at what was out, as a movie lover, I don't see how other movies did really well when this struggled. I know there was an advertising with the stunt and stuff like this, and I've mentioned this in video, so I won't go into it, but I'm actually really anticipating how they finish it off. I've seen clips of the trailer and stuff of the movie and previous ones, and it actually feels like this is going to come full circle. I hope they send him off in a time fashion. I don't think it should be rebooted. I think this is where they should draw the line. I think 8 movies is enough, but I'm definitely really high on the list of my wanting to watch. So that is number 2. And the number 1 movie that I want to watch for 2025 is The Thunderbolts. So yes, as people will know, watching my channel, I am a massive comic book fan. My favourite comic book series is The Thunderbolts. They came out in 1997. My girlfriend at the time in 2000s got me some of the reissues of when they redid the series, and then I've loved them since. I own more or less every comic that they've done, every incarnation. I have the figures and stuff like this, and I'm a massive fan of them. Watching the trailer, and watching some of the story bits leaked and stuff like that, it has definitely decided to go down a different route. Marvel has had very much up and downs of late with the 4 movies and stuff like that. They have struggled. This, the fact it seems like a self-contained movie with good actors that have already been introduced in it, I'm hoping that there can be more time for action and more time for development and stuff on this, rather than having to explain who everyone is, because that's kind of already been done. How it goes out, we shall see. I say, massive fan of Thunderbolts. The facts, as a Thunderbolts fan, I never thought this comic series would even get a movie. And the fact we are going to get it, whether it's good or not, I will probably still enjoy it to some degree. Hopefully Zemo will pop up at some point. But yes, that has been my #1 movie. I'm looking forward for 2025. Is there any movies out there that people are interested in watching that I haven't mentioned? I'm sure they're nominated, I think, a few hundred that could be released. I know there's not. I've kind of featured ones that I know are coming out, or we've seen something that kind of indicates it. Now, they can be pushed because Thunderbolts was meant to be out this year and it's pushed next year. That is the case. But yeah, please do let me know your comments or suggestions in the comments down below. I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time, and I shall see you in the next one.